Okay. So do we have 93 Howard folks here?
I think
Yes, we do.
Mr. Barbosa is here.
Oh, okay, excellent, Andre. Uh, again, the way that we work the meetings is we give folks 10 to 15 minutes to do their presentation, and we ask you to be mindful at times so that there's enough room for questions so that people don't have to then second guess what would have been the answer. And Rene can give you access to share the screen if you need to do that. So you're on. Thank you.
Hi, Marcos. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Andre Barbosa. I'm the owner of 93 Howard Avenue. I've been living in this area pretty much most of my life. And Marcos, I sent an updated drawings to Renee. Renee, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you? You want me
Good,
to
good.
get those?
Do I have access to screen share?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Maybe I can do it on my end. And also, I wanted to double check, make sure you got the latest drawings because I know
Yep.
the
Yeah.
ones that I was sending were kind of choppy. So, all right, let me.
Yeah, I got those. Thank you so much for sending those.
Perfect. Let me see if I can do. And you said I should be able to screen share, correct?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Let me see if I can bring this up. All right, perfect. Share screen. You guys able to see this?
Yes.
Yes,
Perfect. Let me see if I can try to zoom in a bit.
that will be good. Great.
Perfect. So my lot that I currently have is lot 17, if you see here where my cursor is. And I have a parcel to the side, which is my driveway. I use it, park my car here. I have my plan is to combine the existing parcels, which is 93 and I believe 91. And so combining both parcels, I intend on building 12 units, both subsidized and unsubsidized housing. Plan on living here, plan on moving my mother here. She's been displaced just because of cost of living and other concerns that she had. And it'll be 12 units, 2 bedroom, 2 baths. The master bed will have the ensuite. And I think we can zoom in a bit. So we're looking at master bed will be here. We'll have the ensuite with the bathroom, living room, kitchen, have decks on the side, second bedroom, and a bathroom that'll be accessible. And so we're planning on just 4 units on the third floor, 4 on the second, 4 on the first. Pretty much all the same, mirroring each other. And ideally, this is how it'll look. I do want it to be cost effective as possible, but also make it, look friendly to the eye as well. We do plan on using brick. We do plan on using cement board siding. Those are our intentions behind it. And yeah, that's my plan. That's my goal. And yeah, the floor is to anybody else who has questions, concerns, thoughts.
Yeah, sure. We can open it up to any questions if you're finished sharing. And
Yeah,
we can keep those there. People need to reference.
sure.
Any
And let me know
questions?
if anybody needs me to scroll up or scroll down.
Can you share the, again, the lot plan for like after this happens, like where is your boundaries? Okay.
So, I'll be well within the, my neighbor's, lot lines, which you can see to the
Mhm.
right and to the left. We do plan on doing, significant amount of, landscaping to keeping it green as possible. And so, been excited about it.
How many parking spaces are you providing for the 12 units?
So there'll be 6 parking spaces. We are short 6. But we do understand that, that's everybody now, especially in the city, with parking. But we have done our best and comparable to, other projects that have been done in the neighborhood,
Mhm.
that have no parking. So we are maximizing as much parking space as possible.
Have you gone to ISD yet? Do you have a refusal letter from them?
I do.
So what are
You
the
should,
variances that you're asking or need to do?
so the variances, are parking. Parking was the major, or I wouldn't say major, but parking was one of the variances, and also, combining the lots, was also part of the refusal, which we pretty much got that approved to, with the drawings. And I don't believe there was another. Let's see, you wouldn't have that, refusal letter, would you, Marcos?
I do.
Renee has, yeah.
I can share it.
I'm just curious also about the parcel one, the extra parcel. You bought that as a developable parcel, not like through a yard sale, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, okay, okay.
There is the refusal letter.
Perfect. Thank you. Oh, I'm able to control this. All right, good. So off-street parking, and then the lot area, once we combine it, is sufficient.
Can you speak to the forbidden use? The second one?
Where we at? I can't, but I can certainly look into that and figure out what exactly that is. But it's my understanding that I think that the use of my parking lot to combine. So that's my only thought, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. I guess because it's zoned for 3 families, right? Yeah, there it is. And you're doing a larger project. Okay. Yeah, there's quite a few variances that are needed. Any questions, folks? I haven't been looking at the screen. Tracy was asking about, so yeah, I know you mentioned subsidized and unsubsidized. So what's the mix that you think you'll be able to achieve?
So the goal is 20%, and so 3 of those units will be subsidized housing.
Okay. Is that also just based on the existing requirements?
I think the requirements are less the last time I checked.
17?
So I do believe that we're going.
A little higher.
I don't believe it was 20% at one point. I could be wrong.
I think you're right. Yeah,
20%.
the requirement for a 12 unit building is less than 20%, I think.
Right. I know it's less than, so, well, I believe it's less than, so we are going with the 20%.
iPhone 10. Do you have a question? Or it's just because you're not muted, right? But
Oh.
okay.
Oh, no. Sorry.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if you were here also for the previous presentation, right? So I mean, I think that yeah, the green space is obviously less, and you know, the lot size is you know, a challenge. So you know, that's why you need that variance. So what is your timeline for this?
Timeline start, or how long it will take to complete?
Yeah. Yeah, like when you think that you would start, if everything went as you would wish, and yeah.
So if everything went as I wish and plan, hope for, we begin in August, early September, and I've been told that it would take anywhere from 14 months to complete. I built in a buffer for myself, maybe, you know, anywhere from 14 to 18 months. And so yeah, anywhere from 14 to 18 months.
Mhm. Andre, I know you said that you lived in that house for a long time, right?
Yep.
And but what do you do? What do you like? You've lived in the neighborhood all this time.
Yeah. So listen, I've worked for DSNI.
Mhm.
I worked with the Cape Verdean Association when I was probably like 16, 17 years old. One of the first jobs I got. My site was at Bird Street. I went to John Winthrop, which is right around the corner, elementary school. Graduated from there, went to the Dearborn Middle School. Went from there, went to the John D. O'Brien School of Math and Science. From there, I went to Emmanuel College, which is an area. Graduated from Emmanuel College, went back and grabbed my master's from Emmanuel College. I currently work at MIT as a financial advisor. Every year in my neighborhood, I do a gift card giveaway, cookout for the kids in the park behind us that's getting redone over. This year will be my 11th year of a basketball tournament that I started at Emmanuel for underprivileged and underrepresented kids that go to school to help with personal expenses. It'll be the 11th year of the King of the Court tournament. I'm active in my neighborhood. I try to be a good role model for this neighborhood. Also own 88 Howard Avenue across the street. And I pretty much gutted that out and made 3 condos there. And in that process, I've employed everybody from our neighborhood that has some sort of specialty in a trade. My neighbor to the right of me, he constructed that building 2 doors down. My neighbor's an electrician. He did electricity up the street. Mr. Matos did my flooring. Marquise Harding was 2 doors to the left. The drum goes, they helped with my demolition. So, you know, I kept that property, and I feel proud of that property, and I think my neighbors feel proud of that property because they were a part of it. So it's not an outside developer that's coming in. The construction will be done with mostly people that I know in this area. I'm not saying, oh, Aaron Flight, who on Brookford did my plumbing. And so it's as much as it is a project that you know, it's my goal, my dreams to get done. As much as many people part of this neighborhood will be a part of it. And I think that's says a lot about me and the neighborhood I'm in, and you know, I'm still connected to it. So it's not a buy, build, sell, flip type of situation. And I do understand that, you know, concerns that people that haven't brought up that they, you know, I would hope they would bring up in terms of the traffic that comes by this area, in terms of the parking. I'm mindful that the tenants across the street that I have, they work at neighboring businesses, which they commute, they get on a bus, train, and so it's not as much of as a parking issue as I would have believed. And so, yeah, it's just you know, a little bit by myself. I'm married. Got 2 kids, and a dog.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, so I mean, I think that
Vosso ventre, Jesus. Santa Maria, Mãe de Deus.
Maria. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, so can you speak a little more about, you know, again, the landscaping part, the green space part, again, you know, it's a lot of families, you know, and as I mentioned in the previous presentation, you know, obviously there's a park nearby. I think it's useful to just, you know, be surrounded by green space and be able to have that as much as you can.
So yeah, in terms of the green space, we've maximized as much landscaping that we can. And I was very mindful of that, just, you know, especially up front. So, you know, when you do drive by, or when you know, if you're, you know, able to live at one of these units, you do see the greenery. I think in terms of what it is now, it'll be more greenery that you'll actually see. In terms of that driving space that you see to the right, now all you see is concrete, and the greenery that is here is mostly in the back, and you can't see much of it. So for face value, or you know, up front when you're driving by, or if you're looking at the property, you will see a lot more greenery. We were mindful of circling the place with greenery, and, you know, putting trees and bushes where we could.
Thank you. So just getting back to some of the questions also in the in the chat. I know there was one about the, you know, the number of affordable housing, but also whether, you know, you are planning to or open to accepting vouchers, right? For folks that are living there. You're not building condos, right? You're not selling. These are rentals.
The idea behind it is that there will be subsidized housing. We will accept vouchers, obviously going through the correct vetting process in terms of tenants and everything. So yes, the idea behind it is to, you know, for me to, you know, to have the proper funding to keep these units.
Yeah, okay. And then the other question also speaks to, similar as the previous presenters, you know, the use of permeable pavers, permeable, you know, pavement to just, again, be able to capture or recapture, you know, water and so on.
Absolutely.
Is that in your plan already, or is it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Any other questions at this point?
I get, I'm not super familiar with this area, Samuel Hurtado. Is the address 93? What is the address?
93 Howard Avenue.
23 or 93?
93.
93.
93. So there is the existing, I was looking at on Google Maps. So there is an existing house now, and
Yes.
so are you going to demolish that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm far away from that area, so I'm not sure, but thank you for everything you do for the community. You know, it's good to see local residents you know, bonding and being very mindful of the impact that new construction, and that you're going to make some of these units affordable.
Thank you, Sam.
Okay, well, if there's no other questions, Andre, you know, we'll have the conversation amongst the residents later at the end of this meeting. But any concerns or, you know, comments will be shared by Renee or another DSNI staff person. Thank you again for your presentation, and good luck.
Jose,
Renee,
just-
Marco, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you. And again, if you guys need anything from me, feel free to reach out via email. And if I need anything, I'll do the same.
Oh,
Great.
hold on. Jose, did you just raise your hand?
Yes,
Okay.
it's just a comment, as Sam said. It's always good to see someone from the area, a community resident, developing in the area. They want to help us maintain some of our residents in the area, because a lot of developers are coming. One example is behind my house. All the houses that are here on Roby Street, there is no one from the community. The price is so high that we cannot afford them. It's over 600,000, and it's almost, I have a neighbor behind my back. I haven't seen him yet. Probably he's been here more than a year, but it seems that doesn't even want to say hi to me. So it's really sad having people that you're trying to reach them, trying to say hi to them, welcome them, but they're not interested. So they have their own group. It's all condos. That's why sometimes we tend to say no condos. It's not that we don't want condos, but they come with this idea that we are criminals. I don't know what is it. It's unfortunately outsiders coming here. Yeah, be part of us. Be uh, it's unfortunately though, but I wish you well, and uh, a a young boy from the community that went to Hibernian Association at that time, um, and and today a leader in the community. And I hope after this you can run for the board of DSNI. Not now, after. Okay.
Listen,
Thanks, Jose.
thank you, Jose, and certainly, it's the goal at some point in my life is to, to be able to run for position, especially in the neighborhood, and seeing just, I don't want this to spill into something that it's not, but I do plan on at some point running for some sort of position where I can help, because I've watched this neighborhood change, some for the good, some for the worse. But I constantly wonder why, the school behind me is failing. When I got from there, I got a good education from there. Went to O'Brien. Now they're trying to displace O'Brien. They're trying to move O'Brien to Westy or to West Roxbury, and I believe that was approved. So it's Jose, it's a concern, man. I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly how you feel. Even building this, a piece of me is feels as though, like, am I selling out? Am I not? And then, but also, keep in mind that, it's me. I'm doing it. I'm doing the development. I'm gonna watch it. I'm mindful of this neighborhood. I'm mindful of my neighbors. I still gotta go to next door to Miss Abram, who is the most longstanding person in the community in here. And I got some explaining to do over there. She's concerned about the noise. She supports me, but she's been everybody's grandmother, so she's gonna have some words with me, and I gotta go deal with that. And I take pride in that. And I take pride in having to deal with and answer to my neighbors, because I've watched developers come around here and just build, don't say hi, don't say bye. We got a rat problem they don't want to address, and it's just that's a concern, and that's something that I'll make sure that can't happen, because the contractors are going to be mostly, from the neighborhood. So if Miss Abrams says shut it down, we're gonna have to shut it down for the night. And so I'm mindful of that. But Jose, thank you. And hopefully at some point, I can touch back and get back in contact with DSNI and, further help.
Right.
Thank
That
you.
invitation goes to anyone that lives in the DSNI area to run for the board, because this is our community. So we want to make sure we make it better every day.
Sounds good. Thank you. Tracy, I saw you last minute. Go
Yes,
ahead.
I wanted to say to Andre, thank
Hello,
you
Miss
for
Tracy.
doing the community. How you doing?
Doing all right
No, I
yourself?
have not heard of all the great things that you stated that you do in the community. I'm heavily involved in the community, so I have not heard anything that you have done. And I also I sent you a message on here. I'd like to get a little bit more insight of what you do in the community, because although I'm one of the co-chairs of this committee, but I also do a lot of great things in the community as well. Sit on boards. I was born and raised on Magnolia Street, Emerald Terrace. I moved away in '73, but I came back to my community after living military life. And so I just really want to just get a
Thank you for your services.
well, wasn't me in service, it was my husband who's in the service, but
Well, hey, it's a
listen,
family. You got to deal with it too.
that's right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So really what I want to just kind of gravitate to is just really just getting if opportunity, I don't know how to connect with you, just to see all what you do in the community, because right here in the 500 block where I live at, there's some young cats out here who needs stability, be engaged, being involved. And because you know, when they walk the streets too many times during the day, it sends a different message in the community, right? So how do we alleviate that, and how do we can work help break those barriers and just trying to get them in corporate adult. I'm a mother of adult children and a grandmother. So I always kept my kids actively involved in the community. I didn't give them the opportunity to hang on the streets. What I'm saying, being a single parent, I became a single parent in 1999. So just really just holding value to what I do in the community, and I try to support those young parents or single parents in the community. So if at some point, anyway, we can get in contact. And you want to leave your email in the chat or some way, or however you want to do it, I just kind of meet up with you, just kind of have that conversation. And thank you for, you know, resonating with your elders in your community. That's phenomenal, because I always get lost in the shuffle. And thank you for everything that you presented today.
Thank you, Ms. Tracy. And I've also put my email address in the chat. And I'm also at 93 Howard Avenue. If you guys are in the neighborhood, if I'm not here, you know, on the grill, I'm usually working, but in the evenings I'm on the grill. You know, if you see me out here, if you see my wife, see my kids, feel free to stop by and start a chat with me. I'm pretty friendly. I think I got a serious looking face, but for the most part, I'm a friendly guy. And as far as the kids in the neighborhood, it's like I really I think it's tough. I just even raising my 6-year-old, my 3-year-old, like I think they need to get away from that iPad a little bit and really get outside and play. But you know, my concern about the neighborhood itself is, you know, we've got some concerns, you know, stemming from coming down Methadone Mile this way. So a lot of the sober homes popping up, and so we've got a lot of concerns that I think a lot of our politicians are dancing around that need to be addressed, and that are affecting our kids in our neighborhood. And I think the biggest part is like we kind of got away from, you know, the sense of community. Like, is this our community? Like, you know, we want it to be our community. You see in my face, I know I can't walk down there. I know I can't act up in front of Ms. Drumgo's house. I know I can't act up like, do your kids know your neighbors? And I think we've become an independent type of society where everybody's doing for self, and we're losing connection with each other, which is our most important commodity is people. And
Andre,
so
I apologize.
I'm here.
I'm gonna have to cut the conversation, but I appreciate. I mean, there's no
Sorry
doubt
about that,
you bring,
Marcos.
but we're now really running late, and we have one more presenter, and I believe, well, two more presenters and another presentation. But again, kudos to you, and we'll follow up. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you
Well,
guys. You
you're
have a
welcome.
good one. Have a
Sure.
good evening.